Who has the most to gain by a worldwide outbreak of Ebola? Whoever can sell a solution to the problem, right? It's global pharmaceutical companies to the rescue! Who else might be interested in being perceived as a hero sent to rescue millions of damsels and dudes in distress? Well, big government is here to protect you, right? And control you, because with protection comes control. So here we have two large entities supposedly here helping us from outside invaders, albeit the tiniest of enemies, called single-cell viruses. And just how outside are they? What if I were to tell you that one of those quote-unquote helpful entities actually had a patent on Ebola? It sounds far-fetched. One guess which of the two happy helpers it is. Drug companies, right? Wrong. It's big government. Specifically, the United States of America. Now, hold on. Before you dismiss this far-fetched possibility, just run a simple free patent search under the keyword Ebola. Not only will you see that Uncle Sam clearly owns the patent on Ebola, but they also own all rights and variations on Ebola, with the rights to all Ebola research. The official owner of this Ebola patent is the government of the United States as represented by the Secretary of the Department of Health. Essentially, it is a patent issued by the United States government to the United States government. Now, I'm not an expert. Maybe this is one of many Ebola patents, but nonetheless, it's real. Look at it for yourself. In fact, please put this video on pause and look up United States patent number 201-202-51502, and then listen to the rest of this video, if you dare. Actually, a quicker way to do it is just to click on the link in the description area of this video for the United States patent on Ebola. Now, if you did indeed look at this to see what we're saying is true, you are now one of very few people in the world who understand that a virus, an organism, can be patented, and that specifically Ebola has been patented. And that patent is owned by the United States government. So ask yourself one question. What word is synonymous with patentable creations or patentable inventions? You guessed it, inventors. So is it possible that Ebola was actually invented? Regardless of whether or not the original Ebola virus was a government patent germ biological warfare agent, or whether the current Ebola virus is just a variation on a theme from the original virus, one thing is for sure, the current strain of Ebola appears to have the potential of killing millions, if not billions, of people. So, if and when this dynamic duo of big government and big pharma announce that they have a vaccine or an antidote to Ebola, should we trust them enough to let them inject their liquid solution into our tender, trusting arms, or to the arms of our young ones? Never mind the fact that the Center for Disease Control admitted that they had 10 to 30 million polio vaccines that may have been contaminated with the SV40 polyoma virus, a major suspected cancer agent. What is the choice that we're given? Ebola or big government, big pharma vaccine? Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. More like being stuck with a sharp prick. Of course, a likely scenario will be government announcing that they are approving fast-track vaccines by some pharmaceutical company that got special government waiver from all liability, since this wonder drug company worked day and night to come up with a solution to a global pandemic. And we certainly don't want to leave Big Pharma liable for hurting us in any way, because they might get lawsuits against them and can't come up with more wonder drugs. It never ends, does it? Prior to the modern era of medicine, only about 2% of the general population ever got cancer. Today, it's about 1 in 3 people, with estimates being half the population, to get cancer sometime in their lifetimes. It took cancer many years to manifest from such things as polio vaccines, but what a cash cow it's become. Each cancer case has the potential of over $100,000 per victim, per patient, per person they're helping, for the medical and pharmaceutical industry with their 3 barbaric treatments of choice: cutting, burning, and poisoning, each of which leads to a myriad of other treatments to cure us from their cures. So a fair question might be, if we take on big government and their big pharma solution, What future time-release ailments might we receive, and what further treatments might we need to cure us from their treatments? Like it or not, humanity is faced with a strain of Ebola that carries with it a reported mortality rate of 80 to 90%. Soon we'll likely be faced with the options to accept or reject an injection of a soon-to-be-released, untested, quote-unquote, solution. Literally a solution. The choice is yours. Unless they make vaccines mandatory.